Welcome back to the podcast, Persistent Managers. We help middle managers strengthen their leadership skills toxic-free. So today I want to cover a really exciting framework that is going to help you improve your one-on-ones with your direct reports by 1/3. And that's a pretty big promise. But here's the kicker. I've done a lot of research recently, and in studying hours of just reading articles, listening to interviews, following different recruiters on LinkedIn, I found a framework that was inspired to me by following actually Google and a lot of their leaders. And if you're not on LinkedIn, you're not following Google, Microsoft, and these big companies, and really reading their articles and listening to what a lot of those leaders have, regardless of age, you're missing out. So I encourage you outside of this podcast, once it hits your ears, to follow those big companies, follow what those leaders are doing, and just pick up those nuggets. I think when you follow a podcast, when you follow any type of reference point or information broker like myself, is you want to ask yourself this back of the mind question. What's in it for me? How can I use this today? I think that should always be the lingering question. So what's in it for you? Today's episode is a framework that if you implemented this week, today, and consistently over the next 6 months, year, you're going to see some pretty fantastic results. Results such as more rapport with this teammate or teammates. You're going to have streamlined communication where you can get to the point quicker and move on to another project to best serve the company. So it's going to sound real simple at first, and it may even sound like common sense, but common sense is not common, as I always learned in my professional training, speaking career, and coaching thousands and thousands and thousands of professionals. So here we go. The framework is called the 3-2-1 starting framework. Let me say that again. It's called the 3-2-1 starting framework. What a lot of executives, what a lot of people do who are middle managers in really successful companies have found, doing this at the beginning of your meeting is going to save you so much time. So the 3 is 3 wins. You want to define what 3 wins the direct report had last week. And a win can be a lot of different things. A win could be, if you're a middle manager in sales, it could be that they had closed 3 sales. It could be as simple as that. But if you're more of a project management team, those 3 wins might be achieving a certain milestone toward a deadline. And it really depends. So what's important for you as a middle manager is to define what a win looks like. You know, a win cannot just be, and this is a very plain example, it doesn't make any sense, but it can't be that they did their laundry early. That doesn't make sense. It has to be related to the company's goals and in line toward the end results and vision. So that's the first thing. You want 3 wins. The next thing is 2 opportunities. 2 opportunities that are related to either A, leveling up their project, or B, an opportunity that a teammate or the manager may have. And it has to be related to the project. So, for example, let's say you're writing a training guide on sales, and you find an opportunity for an acronym that can really make the information easier to grasp so attendees can apply it quicker and change learned behaviors. Well, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity related in the project that if you incorporate it and whatnot, it will improve the project process or improve the project results. So that's the second thing. The number 1 in the 3-2-1 starting framework is idea. I didn't say ideas. I said idea. There's only so many hours in a week to accomplish everything. Some people call it boiling the ocean, spinning too many plates. It doesn't really matter. Whatever analogy you want to use it. But you do want to encourage one idea in every one-on-one. And that idea, this is where it gets fun, is open to the employee. It's open to the direct report on what the idea is. And it could be as simple as like, hey, I noticed on the website, we have this over here. If we move it over here, it might improve engagement based on these things. And it could also be related to the project. Hey, I had an idea where if we do this for this other team, it might help the business. You want to give the direct report employee total autonomy, total freedom to explore what that one idea is weekly. Now, the reality is 90% of those ideas are probably not going to be implemented right away. But that doesn't make this a bad habit. What it does is it generates a type of alignment and thinking that you'll have between you and that teammate. So what you want to do is look at it this way. If you did 3 wins in 1 year, every week, there's 52 weeks a year, you did 2 areas of opportunity, 52 weeks times 52, and then you generate 1 idea times 52. That's 52 ideas that could benefit the company. And let's just say you just use 10%, just simple 10% of those ideas. I think you'll be pretty surprised that they're going to go somewhere. And it's okay if they don't. What doing this activity does is it keeps your one-on-ones short and to the point. 2, it keeps project process moving toward purposeful goals quicker. And number 1, overall, you can't put a price tag on more rapport with another teammate. So the call to action, 3, 2, 1, starting framework in your one-on-ones. And I'm extremely confident that if you do every one-on-one, tell me your 3 wins. What are your 2 opportunities? What is your 1 idea from our last one-on-one to this one? And you do that enough times consistently, you're going to be amazed. You're going to start hearing things like very clear and to the point. I like this. This is quick. This is awesome. And again, you want to do this right away in the beginning of your meetings, and then again, go through their projects, go through every other update they have. This is just a starting framework to keep momentum, keep things on project process so that you can drive rapport, be a stronger leader without the pain of toxic communication in your vernacular with your teammates.